Paris, there's drama, comedy, and of course, the fashion. Along with any other woman who owns a closet, I am positively, absolutely jealous of everyone's wardrobe. And that's including you too, men. But how do I even begin to choose one outfit to start with? Well, dear audience, as in the words of, I'm actually not sure who said this, but sounds like it would come from something from Sex and the City, the dress chose me. That is right. This 5-layered Dolce & Gabbana dress from season 2, episode 2, came to me via 7 different shirts and skirts I found at Goodwill. It's giving, I'll wear this when I want something conservative under a blazer. It's giving, I'm wearing this because polka dots never go out of style. It's giving actual cute skirt, and if it actually fit, I would totally wear this. It's giving easy throw on a workday vibe and I don't have to think about it. It's giving polka dots that are trying to be edgy. If Dolce & Gabbana were to make an oversized beach cover up, I feel like this print might be the vibe. This one I'm definitely not trying on because, well, it's an extra small. But I need a strategy on how to make this dress, and I need one fast so we can get started. I think what I'm gonna do is divide the dress into 2 sections. So the bodice part and then the dress part. And then I'm even gonna divide the bodice into a front and back. Starting with the very top of the dress. I don't know why I just went like that. I feel like my intuition is telling me that we need to pick out the best black to white ratio for the top. So I think I'm gonna start with this one. Step number 1 is to cut each of my shirts into a front and back piece. And usually this is where I question every decision I've ever made in life. Well, that's kind of cute. Okay, but now what? I think I'm gonna have to cut again. Oh no. Well, that turned out not straight. Layer number 2 is gonna be this dress, and I'm probably gonna have to reconstruct it before I can actually use it. I'm not even sure what all this entails. I'm just gonna have to get in here and find out. My apologies to Urban Outfitters for completely destroying their dress. Right now I'm just cutting off all this black stuff to try to get to the inside. What have I done? See all this ruching? I want to get rid of it. So I'm going to pick them out. I might just have to turn on Emily in Paris while I do this. A couple of episodes of Emily in Paris later, and I'm cutting out the second layer of the dress. And now you'll see me do pinning and steaming and sewing and pinning and steaming and sewing until I get something that looks like this. I'm gonna take the same shirt as the top to create a bottom piece, and then I'm gonna do basically the same treatment for the back bodice. And now I'm just gonna repeat my pinning and steaming and sewing on the bottom layer of the bodice. So I'm only 2 stitches in and I'm already taking them out. So that's how it's going. And if you can't tell by the lighting, it's merely nightfall, which means this might just have to wait until tomorrow. Good morning! I come to you from my couch. I've already been up and at 'em finishing the front part of the bodice, and I just needed a little sit down, a little rest, if you will. But as they say, no rest for the weary. Weary. It's hard to say. Because the back is gonna have a zipper, I divided it into 2 separate pieces, and I'm going to have the same 3 layers and apply the same treatment as the front. So, sing it with me now. Pinning and steaming and sewing. May I interrupt for just one moment? I'm already on the bottom layer of the back pieces, so progress, yay. Well, okay, I actually think before getting these lined up, the logical next step is to actually, figure out the pattern of the front. That's really what I meant to say. Starting to see all the contrast of the layers, and I'm starting to feel Dolce & Gabbana-y. And then I wondered, what does it actually mean to feel Dolce & Gabbana-y? Like, is that a thing? Hopefully it means getting Champere sprayed on me by a bunch of Frenchmen like Emily did when she was in Saint-Tropez while wearing the dress. Okay, how many times can you count me entering and exiting my sewing room while trying to make each layer of the front and back equal in size so that they would line up perfectly? Wrong answers only. And now please enjoy this sped up video of me attaching the backs to the front because I'm not going to be able to talk while I do it. Ready, flip, and sew, and flip, and sew. I am rating myself only 7 out of 10 for matching up my seams. Bit of a fail over here. This side, 10 out of 10. Time to start the actual skirt part of the dress, which looking at it is just black and white polka dots. So I found a skirt, somewhat similar at Goodwill. This is the most confusing skirt that I've encountered. The zipper, I'm pretty sure, is supposed to go in the back, like the center back, but the slit is all the way over here. Zipper, slit. If you were the previous owner of the skirt, please drop a comment as to how you would actually wear this. I've never really seen that before. Okay, awkward mid-side split. I'm just gonna cut right through ya. I just cut up the skirt into 2 separate pieces and I'm just going to sew them into one singular piece. I feel like a sophisticated Parisian lady with this. I gathered the top and then I'm going to sew it to the bodice. Back pieces are way too big, so I'm just lining them up with the center back, leaving enough for seam allowance so that I can put in my zipper. Well, would you look at this cute dress that I'm gonna have to cut up to make straps? Unless I just use the ties. Attention, attention. We have finally reached the bottom layer of the skirt and I want to use as much fabric from this shirt as possible and I'm just going to repeat and do the same method as for the other layer of the skirt. Current status of the dress. Looks amazing, except it's a little long, as you can tell. We go up and then we go all the way down. It's definitely not that long on Emily in the show. Here's the deal. I've been sewing for 3 days straight. I'm a little, aka a lot, delirious. So I'm gonna take the day off tomorrow and go have not an Emily in Paris, but a Meredith in Boston day. To start off my day, I wanna be as French as possible, so I walked to my local bakery and got a chocolate croissant. And I headed off to brunch at my absolute favorite rooftop restaurant in Boston, and then took a walk in the park. And then it was back to reality. So quick update. Yes, the rumor is true. I deconstructed this whole dress into its almost individual components because the proportions were way off. Way off. So I'm literally just gonna chop a little bit off of each layer and then put it back together again. And while I'm showing off what the end result of the dress looks like, just pretend I'm in Saint-Tropez.